shots off the lead. It's also the best first-round score he's ever recorded at the Masters. A pair of first basemen, the Braves' Freddie Freeman and the White Sox' Jose Abreu, named last night as the most valuable players in the National League and the American League, respectively. Thursday night football last night saw the Indianapolis Colts beat up on the Tennessee Titans, 34-17. Meanwhile, it looks like the Lions will be without Kenny Golladay once again for Sunday's game against Washington after he missed the second straight day of practice yesterday with an injured hip. The best high school basketball player in America, Emoni Bates, scored 36 points last night for Ypsilanti Prep Academy in a nationally televised exhibition game. Bates is committed to play for Michigan State in 2022, assuming the NBA hasn't changed its rule by then about letting players declare for the draft right out of high school. Add the ticket update for us. I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Thank you, T.O. I think you failed to mention, though, is they lost. Emoni Bates' team lost to Team Sizzle with, I'll call him the white pencil. Chet Holmgren, who's the #1 senior in the country. He had like 36 or something like that. He was a pencil. He was 31. He was thin. He looked like Porzingis. You know, he would go coast to coast. He was jamming on guys. He was unbelievable too. And Michigan's one of his top 7 or 8 teams. My gut is he's going to stay home, go to North Carolina, Minnesota, where his father played, or go to North Carolina or Gonzaga. That's just my opinion. Anyway, some ticket text. So what are you watching? The Masters or the Lions, or just football in general on Sunday? Michael, the Masters is once a year away from me. I love my football. It's Sunday golf in the front center for me. Reaching nice to do. Joe and Bellevue. The Masters. Lions suck. Why don't you watch them? Haven't watched them yet this year.
At the light, turn left onto Whitmore Lake Road.
Watching the Masters. Easy answer. Masters. Once a year, 2 days, watch the sick lines for 16 days over 4 months. I'll take a day off from it. Are you kidding? Masters season, baby.
In 1 mile at the roundabout, take the third exit to merge onto US 23 South.
SOL. I will not be watching either. It's opening day of the gun deer season. I'll be in the woods all day. That's what's taking up here. Like that.
Silver.
Football, and more football. That's what
Silver.
The mailman says, red zone all day. Now, Jack, we saw this morning, the LA Rams decided that they wanted to do something.
TGIF.
Alternate uniform, throwback to they don't want to just, they want to have one every single year. That's right. Every single year. And here is the Rams Chief Operating Officer, Kevin Demoff, explaining.
At the roundabout, take the third exit to merge onto US 23 South.
Changes those rules, maybe a little bit more of a European soccer model, where you come out with that alternate jersey each year.
That part of it is. What? I get that part of it. What? I thought you liked this idea.
No, Stoney. And when you said that, I
must have
went
read
back.
I must have read your email wrong.
Yes, so I'm going to go back and read exactly what I said.
Exit roundabout to merge onto US 23.
I think this is dumb.
Yeah.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Fieldcrest Drive.
This, to me, is completely moronic, and especially since this is football, right? This is a physical game. This is a hit you in the mouth game. It's not soccer. Don't try and bring soccer into the NFL. Please.
Well, they have
In 2.6 miles, turn right onto Silver Lake Road.
I hated those too, because you've got to do, as a player, you've got, and again, whatever jersey I put on my pads, that's fine. But you have a different helmet that goes with that jersey, the color scheme or the logo. And it means on Monday I would have to put on a brand new helmet. I'd have to try and break it in all week long just to play one game. And then you go back to whatever, your normal uniform is. I just don't understand the concept of why you would change on a yearly basis or so many times during one season. I mean, whatever happened to branding?
Well, it's money. He's right about the soccer deal, John, because these soccer teams in Europe, they're called kits. They come up with new ones every year. And they a lot of times, soccer, people who understand soccer a lot more than I do, especially the European stuff, can explain better. But they're kind of like alternatives, and a lot of times they come up with ones every single year. And it's for money. It's everything in this world, in sports especially, it's all about money. So if you have your typical, let's say the Lions, you have your Honolulu blue and silver or home ones, you got the white ones, and then you have an alternative. People sometimes buy the alternative if they like it. And then, all right, so after a year or two, maybe you don't have to do it every year, but every other year, all right, we'll come up with a new alternative. As long as you keep, the base uniform the same.
I like being able to turn the TV on, and whether it's a college game or a pro game, I can tell by their uniforms who's playing. I don't have to see the score. I don't have to wait for the graphic to come up to tell me who's playing. I know that when I turn on, the TV and I see the winged helmet, right? It's Michigan or it's Delaware. Because that's what you're going to see on TV, right?
Yeah.
In 1 mile,
like
turn
Penn
right
State,
onto Silver Lake
Alabama,
Road.
all of these teams, and then in the NFL, it's the same thing. When I turn it on, I know exactly when I see the Steelers on the field that it's the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Dallas Cowboys or the Miami Dolphins. I know exactly who I'm watching. I don't want to have to wait and say, you know what, gosh, whose uniform is that? Who is playing? It drives me crazy.
Our telephone number is 248-539-9797. That is the telephone number. And the ticket text number as well. Do you like the idea of a team like the Rams? You heard the COO say, hey, we'd love to do a different alternative every year if the league would allow it. Since it is only the alternative, which they'll probably wear once or twice a year, I don't really have a problem with it that much.
Well, that's if the NFL doesn't allow them to change their uniform. Right now, the NFL has a rule that you can't change your uniform more than once every 5 years.
Right.
And so, but they do allow, two
At the
alternate
stop
uniforms
sign,
during
turn right
a
onto
season.
Silver
So,
Lake Road.
what
Then turn left
they
onto
wanna
Whitmore Lake
do
Road.
is they want to do it every year. They're petitioning the NFL to have a new uniform that they would wear on 16 Sundays every year.
Well, I don't know. Well, it depends how much they change.
In
Like,
800
let's say
feet,
it's
turn
the
left
Lions,
onto
and
Whitmore
one
Lake
year
Road.
they went from Honolulu blue to dark blue. But they kept the helmets the same. Would it really make that much of a difference?
Yes, it
At
would
the
to
stop
me because,
sign,
like I said,
turn
when I
left
turn the
onto
TV
Whitmore
on, I
Lake
want to know
Road.
exactly who I'm watching. I don't want to wait till week 8 to get familiar with the uniform. And I think minor changes, like if they're going to change
At
the
the
line,
stop
we've seen
sign,
them
turn
update
right
the
onto
line
Winans Lake Road.
every couple of years, or make a change. That to me doesn't make that big of a difference, but it's the colors, it's the base uniform that you have that I think should always remain the same.
Ticket text 248-539-9797. Obviously, Stoney did not read the email from JJ. I didn't
sorry.
read
In
it.
2.1 miles,
No,
at the
that's okay.
roundabout, take the
I
second
didn't read
exit
it. I
onto
just
Hamburg
forgot
Road.
what it was last night. I didn't bring it up before we did the topic. So, yeah, that's my bad. Tell Jansen, boo-hoo, so you have to break in a helmet.
Okay. Yeah. Let me put your head in a helmet that's stiff and hard, and you're trying to get it tweaked before you go run into a brick wall 75 times on Sunday.
Well, why don't they just repaint the helmet when they change the uniform? Usually you can use your same helmet.
Yeah, it's just not practical to repaint 53 helmets, by Monday, so that you can have that helmet ready for practice.
How many helmets do you have?
I have one. Like when I was playing.
Yeah.
One.
So if one breaks during a game, you don't have, you're done? I mean...
No, well, it doesn't break. I mean, it's extremely... You may have a chin strap and the strap breaks, but that's easy to fix. And that sucks to begin with, too, because you got to break in a new chin strap. But a helmet, if the face mask breaks, or if you have, like one of the brackets that holds it on, that may break, you can still play with it. And then, when you've got a break, you fix it.
I like the idea, and honestly thought Jansen sounded like a cranky, whiny old man. However, as a person with a large noggin, I can empathize with the helmet issues. So you make the helmet so it still is, I don't know, it still matches the color scheme. It doesn't clash, maybe, so you can at least change the uniforms but keep the helmet.
Yeah, well, and this goes back
In
to
1
like
mile, at the
remember
roundabout, take the
going
second exit
into
onto Hamburg
training camp
Road.
last year when Antonio Brown was having the issue with his helmet, didn't
Yeah.
want to change helmets. Like I do sympathize with that. However, he was given plenty of time to find a new helmet and break it in over the course of training camp. That's part of what training camp is for, is to make sure that everything is fitting correctly and you get comfortable in your pads. It was a nightmare to me because in Washington, we would go with, our normal helmet that had the logo on the side, but then we would have the alternate uniforms when they became the fad to have one or two of those a year, where you'd have the arrowhead on the side, but it changed the whole color scheme, so you couldn't just change the decal. It was a completely different helmet.
I mean, you're right. You don't even have to repaint them. Just put different decals on. How about that?
If that's the way they want to go, that's fine. I go back to when I turn the TV on, I want to know exactly who I'm watching, and that's one of the things that makes the tradition. What happened to tradition?
At the
We're throwing
roundabout,
tradition out
take the
window.
second exit onto Hamburg Road.
And maybe it doesn't. Maybe tradition is a thing of the past in the NFL. Maybe it just is.
Money.
Maybe I'm a cranky old man.
Bill in Commerce, what's up?
Hey guys, what's going on? I think college football has a better chance of having multiple uniforms rather than NFL. I think the fan base is more similar.
In half a mile, turn right onto M36.
Hooligans, young kids. They'll be more happy with your uniforms. Excited about it.
Well, you would think so, but I remember at Michigan State, they went through a period, like especially in the 90s, where they had a different uniform every year. You can figure out, what?
I like that a lot. I'm a Michigan fan.
At the light, turn right onto
So you're a
M36.
Michigan fan. I'll ask you this: when Michigan had played the Notre Dame game and they had the different jerseys, what did you think of that?
I loved it, man. I thought it was really exciting. I thought it was something different, and personally, I liked it a lot. And I'm not sure what the fans would do, but I think college.
In 8 miles, turn left onto South Howell Street.
That's all.
I mean, it was weird, the one is actually called Bill when Ohio State wore those black uniforms.
Yeah.
But Michigan State, when they had those, the gold helmets, they were really, really cool. I thought they really looked nice with the gold helmets.
Hey, that's I don't know.
But you know what's weird? Well, Chris, or Bill's Congress was just calling. He says, people are more accepting. I remember when Michigan one year, they changed their pants and added a stripe or something small.
Yeah.
People went crazy.
Well, and I would argue with Bill. I understand his point of view and where he's coming from, but when I mention tradition, there is nothing more traditional than college football. And I think the college football fans would be much more resistant to changing their uniforms than NFL teams and NFL fans would be.
Maybe. You could be right. Especially when they have the kids. Kids love cheering. The kids love cheering. The old blues, as they call them. Oh no. I would never change those uniforms. Heather has news coming up next. Heather?
Oh yes, I have some shocking news, Stoney, that's definitely going to impact you in particular, and it could blow everyone else's mind.
Let's see what that is on the train. 97 on the ticket.
All right, there's no doubt about it. Wearing a seatbelt can save your life. Your car's seatbelts are actually one of its most important safety features. And statistics actually show that people who wear a seatbelt are 45% more likely to survive a car crash than those who don't, as well as 60% more likely to survive a pickup crash. So it's vital that we buckle up every ride, whether you're in the front seat or back. And did you know that 3 out of 4 people ejected from a vehicle in a crash will die? I mean, that's shocking. There's just no reason not to buckle up for safety. And while everybody should be wearing a seatbelt, obviously, young adults are dying at a disproportionate rate. 62% of 18 to 34-year-olds that were killed in a car crash were not wearing their seatbelt. So come on, folks, it's something so easy. We should do it every single time we get in a vehicle. Another great reason to buckle up is because it's the law. So whether you're going around the corner or you're driving across the state, make sure to buckle up and remember the phrase, flick it or ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Guernsey Farms. On M14 eastbound at Sheldon Road, right lane and shoulder is blocked by an accident. Backups continue from Beck Road. Another crash has popped up on the right shoulder of 94 eastbound at Wayne Road. The holidays are here, and Guernsey Farms Dairy Eggnog is now available. Stop by the Guernsey Store and Restaurant, open every Wednesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. Come stock up for your holiday party or sit down and enjoy a meal in the restaurant and help them celebrate 80 years. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
With this weekend's major golf tournament, along with professional and college football, there will be no shortage of action. DraftKings, the leader in one-day fantasy sport, is putting you in the center of it all weekend long. Daily fantasy, easy to play. Just pick your lineup, stay under the salary cap, and watch the points roll. Whether your sport is golf or football, DraftKings has countless ways to help you feel the sweat and make it rain. Since 2012, DraftKings has paid out over $7 billion to their players, so they know a thing or two about green. Download the DraftKings app now. Use promo code XYT during sign-up. This week, DraftKings is putting you in the action with a shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. That's code XYT, and you get a shot at millions of dollars in prizes only at DraftKings. The minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You can save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. Savings are based on quick loans, term payment, points, and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender, plus instant all 50 states, and NMLS 16 RISD.org, number 33.
Lions fans, the holiday season is almost upon us, and Pepsi has some presents for you. They've teamed up with your very own Kenny Galladay to create some fun content and giveaways for the whole tribe. So get in the Galladay spirit with ugly sweaters, signed jerseys, footballs, and a chance to score a holiday meal with Kenny Galladay himself. Pepsi, made for football watching. No purchase necessary. Head to madeforlionswatching.com for official rules, full details, how to enter. Open to residents of Michigan, 18+. Sweepstakes ends 12/12/20.
Celebrate the 30th annual Strategic Staffing Solutions Turkey Trot virtually. This year's Thanksgiving tradition is virtual and offers the 10K and 5K. Plus, there's the mashed potato mile. All runners receive the official Collector's Turkey Trot race shirt and medal. Register at theparade.org/turkeytrot.
Don't miss See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts with great deals on wiper blades, headlight bulbs, windshield washer fluid, and more. Get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of select Sylvania bulbs, plus our double overboards points. Get ready for the weather ahead during See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Monday on CBS, Michael Weatherly is Bull.
Yes, my name. I'm not a lawyer. I'm an expert in what's called trial science. Figuring out what to say to the jury is what I do. Oh, man, talk about pressure.
Now he's back to take on the toughest cases in the world.
That's what turns him on.
His intuition
will track down every piece of evidence.
Minnesota Vikings, Monday Night Football. Pre-game at 7:30 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Last night, Thursday Night Football. The Colts outscoring the Titans 21-0 in the second half. They win it 34-17. So the Colts and Titans now tied atop the AFC South at 6-3. And Masters has resumed play. And Paul Casey, the leader after his first round. Still guys out there not finished the first round yet. It'll be a wonderful weekend watching a lot of golf and unfortunately probably some bad football. All right, Heather, take us away to news.
All right, so we've been talking all morning about COVID and the surge of cases we're experiencing here in Michigan. Yesterday, we set a new record of 6,940 new cases. And the spike is obviously not just happening here in Michigan, it's happening across the country. And in Illinois, the city of Chicago will soon be under a stay-at-home order. And obviously, this is going into effect to help slow the spread of COVID. It goes into effect on Monday at 6 a.m. and it's basically what we experienced earlier when the pandemic first began. All residents should only go out for essential reasons like work, school, medical care, obviously food. They're also being told not to have any guests over that they don't live with. So if it's outside family members who don't live in that household, they should avoid that. They should avoid non-essential travel and cancel traditional Thanksgiving Day plans. This advisory will remain in effect for 30 days or until the Commissioner of Health determines a change in the guidance when it's appropriate.
It's going to, hopefully somehow it can, go the other way quickly because it's getting obviously out of control, speaking the obvious. But did you hear what Rand Paul said, the senator from, I think he's from Kentucky, right? Isn't that where Rand Paul's from?
Yeah.
What did he say?
And he is a doctor, or at least wasn't. I mean, I'm trained as a doctor. I don't know. We got a doctor somehow. He said, we have 11 million people in our country who already have had COVID. We should tell them to go celebrate. We should tell them to throw away their masks, go to restaurants, and live again because these people are now immune.
In 1 mile, turn
The
left
problem
onto
with that
South
is
Hell Street.
we don't know if they're immune. They might be immune for a few months. That's all we know.
Right.
And who are you going to celebrate? Just the people who have COVID? So you have here we're going to do. We're going to open up a restaurant. You've had that. You need proof that you had COVID to enter. So if you haven't had COVID, you can't go because you might get COVID from this people.
We need proof of your positive test.
Right.
Yeah. Go celebrate while so many people are hospitalized and dying. It's just, I mean, I don't agree with what he said, but I mean, I do think we need to find a way to live our life safely.
Yes.
And I still see when I go to specific places, people blatantly not wearing a mask or wearing them incorrectly, and it's like, you're able to go to these places right now, but if you don't do these things, most likely I have a feeling certain things are going to see a shutdown again. I don't want that. I don't want to see that at all. I really thought Governor Whitmer was going to say something like that yesterday during her press conference, but she did give a stern warning. Hey, just do the things we need to do, and hopefully we know we can get these numbers down because we did it before back in March and April, whenever we were locked down before. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. According to newly released court documents, the alleged plot to kidnap and kill Governor Whitmer also included a plan to televise the execution of Michigan officials after storming the Capitol, or by killing them by locking
Turn
the
left onto
Capitol
South Hell
doors
Street.
and setting
Then the
it
destination is on your
fire.
right.
So this plot was allegedly made by the group's ringleader. His name's Adam Fox. And this first plan, which was called Plan A, included recruiting 200 men, taking over the entire state capitol building, taking hostages, executing tyrants, and having it all televised. And then if that
The
wasn't going to be
destination
the
is
plan,
on your
the
right.
secondary plan was to
220
lock
South
the
Hell
door
Street.
and set the building on fire.
Arrived.
And the feds and state authorities
Raise
basically
their bell.
Yeah, much more evidence will be coming out as these cases move forward in court. So,
At least we still have bail.
all right. So for the first time ever, you can actually rent the very famous back